Hello! Guess what we're doing again today? If you said, are you doing another palette review? You would be correct. We are doing another eyeshadow palette review today. Hi, welcome to the channel. My name is Lauren. If you're new here, I have allergies. You might be able to hear it. If you're not new here and you're subscribed, you're amazing. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Today we are reviewing a palette I've put off for a couple weeks. I've had it in my possession. I've gotten palettes that have come in since I've gotten this one, and I've decided to review those ones first over this one because I was a little nervous. And I was nervous because I don't like pastels. So let me show you what we're talking about today. Today we're going to be reviewing the new Blend Bunny Cosmetics Sickly Sweet palette, and this is what it looks like. It's a lot of pastels. It's a lot of pastels. So you're probably asking yourself, you're like, okay, well, if you don't like pastels, why did you get a palette that is so pastel-y? That would be a great question to ask. Okay, so first off, Blend Bunny is amazing. If anyone is going to change my mind about pastels, it's going to be Blend Bunny. And the reason why is because Blend Bunny tends to have a really pigmented formula, and even with their pastels, because I have tried some of their pastels, a lot of their palettes have pastel shades in them as well. Not as many as this, but you know, they do have pastel shades. And I just find them to be really pigmented, and I really like their formula. It's very creamy, it's very smooth, and it has a little more color to it than your typical pastel does. The reason why I don't like pastels is that they tend to be a little too sheer for my liking. I like something a little more pigmented, it gives a little more oomph, you know, that's what I like. I like that. So I have high hopes for this palette, I do, and we are gonna see if my high hopes pay off. Because again, if anyone can change my mind, it's gonna be Blend Bunny, because they have just the best like eyeshadow formula, and their matte eyeshadow formula is fantastic. A lot of the times with mattes, I'm more neutral. It's like, whatever, it's a matte, it works good. But with this, no, the mattes are great. They're so good. So we're gonna do two different looks. There's a lot of options in this palette. We are gonna do swatches. I'm gonna do swatches a little differently this time. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna just put them to music and just kind of swatch real fast. Well, I'm not gonna swatch fast. I'm gonna speed up the swatching footage. Just because I'm sure at this point you may have already seen swatches before, since this has now been out for a little bit. By a little bit, I just mean like maybe a month tops. It hasn't been out that long, but you know, you've probably already seen swatches. So we're gonna do swatches quickly. I wanted to do swatches so that I could really see what I'm dealing with. Are these gonna be good pastels, or are these gonna be typical pastels that just don't carry a lot of pigment? I also got, by the way, their tinted lip oil. Okay, it's black. I'm so excited for this. So this is their Sugar High Tinted Lip Oil. I have mine in the color Black Sugar. It's black. I'm so excited. Okay, I can't wait to try this on. First though, let's do some swatches. Let's get into the looks, and then we're gonna put on the lip oil to kind of finish everything up, because if anything's gonna wrap up a look, it's gonna be a black lip oil, right? Yeah, totally. Okay, so I have primed this eye with my Kaleidos Tone Activator Primer. Definitely, we got a couple different kinds of formulas here in terms of least of pigmentation. Some of them just felt so much creamier, so much more pigmented. Like I'd say the color, this blue one in the corner, I'm fine. That one was so pigmented, it was really impressive. And then you have ones that are a little less pigmented. Kind of the further down you go, it feels like some of them just have less pigment. So I think, I mean, I just want to play with it. So I'm going to start by going into Crybaby here. I don't have anything in mind for this specific look. I do have an idea for what I want to do on this eye though. That's going to be a little more challenging for me. So I'm just going to start by putting this on the ends of my eyes. And okay, this is what I mean by they're pigmented. Like you can see the color. You're not seeing my skin underneath, which, you know, I recently reviewed the newest palette from, actually, they just launched another one, but the previous palette from Glaminatrix Cosmetics, and it had pastels in there, and my issue with them was that they didn't have enough pigment. You could kind of see my eye through the shadow, which is just not my favorite thing. But in this case, in the Blend Bunny formula, the pigment is covering up your eye. So you're seeing the pigment, you're not seeing your eye through the pigment, if that makes sense. Okay, next what I want to do is I want to go into, let's go into Lollipops. We're gonna do kind of, I don't know, a pastel-y rainbow maybe. That sounds good. Okay, so now let's go into Glow Stick down here. And I wanted to go into this color in particular because I didn't feel like it swatched super well. Again, those lower levels, lower layers, lower rows, I feel like it didn't swatch quite as well. Yeah, so this one is, I feel like, a little bit more of a typical pastel. It is lighter than the other two colors. You're not really seeing my skin through it though, so. Okay, let's go into, I wanted to do something to kind of bring it all together. Did I ever tell you how much I hate yellows? I'm not a big yellow fan. So I feel like I should use a yellow. No, okay, we gotta go into Rosy Cheeks, this pink here. I thought that was really pretty. I'm gonna put it in the corner of my eye, and then I'm gonna kind of just drag it up. I do obviously want to use a shimmer. I want to use more than one, but we're only going to use one on this eye, I think. But let's go into, I think, the favorite one that I swatched. Some of the shimmers were really light, but Crying Sparkles looked amazing. And what I'm going to do with this one is, because pastels are so soft, I don't think they're going to stick super well. I'm going to bring out my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to pat some of that in the middle of my eye. I don't want to mess up the design. Which I think does look quite like ice cream. Okay, I'm going to just pick up that color just a little bit on a brush. I'm going to pat it onto the glitter glue. I'm also going to go into Cotton Candy, this pink shimmer. I'm going to put some of that on a brush. Okay. I never use this brush. It's so interesting, but I'm going to see what this brush can do. Putting it on the edge of the brush. And I'm going to put it up here on top of the other pink. I kind of like that, which is good. It's good. I should like it, right? But you know, normally I typically don't. So this is really exciting. Okay, I'm gonna go into, I really liked this I'm Fine when I swatched it, so I kind of want to go into it. I'm just gonna put a little bit underneath my waterline. Very pigmented, pretty pastel. Look at that. Okay, I think this look definitely embodies ice cream, right? I feel like it looks very ice creamish. Okay, we are going to talk about my final feelings at the end of the video. We're also gonna do mascara and eyeliner after we do both looks. So hang in there. I know it doesn't look complete yet because it's not, but let's do the other eye because I kind of like this for this eye. I don't think it needs too much more. And I want to do the other eye because I have an idea for that one. Okay, eye is primed. Obviously it's looking like something's going on. So I decided for this one, I want to do a pastel smoky eye. And I'm not the best at smoky eyes. I will say I never do a smoky eye. Therefore, I'm not that great at it. I don't practice it. So I brought out my makeup tape from Makeup a Murder. This is their crime scene tape, which is so cute. And we're gonna hope that that helps us do a really exact line here. But I really wanted to see how some of these darker colors played with the pastel-y colors because they're cool. They're really cool. So I think what I'm gonna start by doing, I'm gonna do a purple smoky eye. I think this is dark purple or dark blue. This is dark blue. This is the dark purple. Okay, yeah, let's go into Dopamine. I'm gonna go into Dopamine, Frills and Thrills, Spooky. Those are the three colors that I'm gonna use for this look. I'm gonna first go into Frills and Thrills. Wait, Frills and Thrills. Frills and Thrills. I'm just gonna put that here. I kind of think I need to bring this tape up a little bit. Maybe not, we're gonna see. I don't use tape a whole lot, but it is really helpful when you want an exact line. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into that Dopamine color, the really light lavender here. And I want that to go here. Let's go back into Frills and Thrills. Frills and Thrills. Frills and Thrills. I think I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more because with my hooded eyes, sometimes it's hard to see. It's actually not wanting to go on my upper lid. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, that brush is gone. It's a brush for the floor now. Let's go back in here. It's a very white lavender. It's very, very light. Okay, now we're gonna attempt to smoke it out. That's what people used to say, right? Do people still do smoky eyes? I don't know. But let's go to Spooky here. And we're gonna get a fluffy brush. And we're gonna just hope for the best. And just to add a little bit of dimension, I'm gonna go into Cry If I Want To, which is the dark, dark navy blue, and put a little bit at the end. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna look. I'm trying something new because there's a couple different looks I typically do. This is not one of them, and I didn't want it to be a typical look, right? I want to try something different. I am filming this on a Saturday. I have time to just kind of relax and play around with makeup. Okay, I'm not even gonna add any shimmer to this, I don't think. I kind of like it the way it is. Actually, okay, I lied. Let's go ahead. Let's put a little bit of shimmer. We're gonna put Cupcake just in the very corner of my eye. I think that'll be good. Yeah, Cupcake is a very sheer color. Very sheer shimmer. Okay. Whew, let's take off the tape. I'm kind of nervous. Okay, not bad. I think I need to clean it up a little bit. We did get a straight line, which is what I was aiming for, but I'm gonna diffuse it just a little bit. That didn't seem to really diffuse it. Okay, hang on. I'm using my finger. Okay, and you know what? I do actually, I'm gonna go in to Dopamine, the lavender color, and I'm gonna just put a little bit under here. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to pick it up, but I'm also gonna use that color to diffuse the line a little bit. Okay, well it doesn't want to diffuse, which is kind of interesting. Come on. Okay, well, let me go ahead, let me put on some eyeliner and mascara, and then we're gonna see if that kind of helps it, if it doesn't look so harsh. I'm trying to blend it out just a little bit, but it is not wanting to budge. Because that Kaleidos eye primer just did the trick. Okay, yeah, let me put on some eyeliner and mascara. I think that'll help a little bit. And then we're gonna use the lip oil. So excited. Okay, here are the looks. What do we think now that we have eyeliner and mascara on? That always helps, it really does. I will say I put the tape a little low. So next time I will definitely bring the tape up a little higher to kind of align with the wing that I want to do with my eyeliner. And I was thinking about fixing it and just kind of taking a little bit of makeup remover and just cleaning it up, but I kind of like that tight line. I kind of do. So we aren't going to talk about my final thoughts about this palette yet. I want to use the lip oil. Okay, so let's use the lip oil and then we can talk about both products. Ooh, it is not super liquidy. Okay, I got anything. Can you tell it's like black? Not really. It's got a little bit of dark color to it, but not very much, which is exactly what I expected from a lip oil. ColourPop actually came out with a black lip oil last year with their Halloween collection, and it was very similar to this, and I love that one too. So I love this one. I do love this one. Just gives it an interesting color, doesn't it? It's kind of odd, but in like the best kind of way. Let's talk about the Sickly Sweet palette from Blend Bunny. Let's talk about it because I have a lot of thoughts. I liked both the looks that I did, I will say. I really did think that Blend Bunny has the best formula, and I think these are probably the best pastels that I've played with in a long time. Like, these are fantastic. They're pigmented, they have enough color to them where you can like see them, they don't blend out. With some pastels, you blend too much and they just disappear, they're gone. And that was not the case with these. So very pretty, very pigmented for a pastel. I still don't like pastels. Yeah, I've definitely come to the conclusion after getting this palette, after finding a pastel formula I really like, that a all pastel look is just not something that I like doing. It just, I'm so pale and then pastels are so pale. And I don't know, there's something about it that I just don't love. I do like the look I created, but it's not one that I would probably do again because I just don't like wearing pastels in my day-to-day life. I really don't. But I will say, I think the redeeming factor in this palette for me is the dark colors. I really like this look. I used one shimmer and it was just in the corner of my eye, and I still really like this look. I did like how the darker colors played with the lighter pastels, and this has been a problem with some palettes in the past with pastels because they're so soft. Like sometimes it's really hard to layer other colors on top of them. Like they're too soft sometimes. And this is a very soft formula. I will say that when I was doing swatches, I realized that I was getting quite a bit of fallout on my pans. Like I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but I was getting fallout. I actually didn't get really fallout on my face. Let me double check. Yeah, no, there wasn't any fallout on my face, which was really nice, but they are very soft, a very soft formula. I really like how they played with the darker colors. There are some colors here that I can see myself reaching for. Like this pink Rosy Cheeks is really pretty. The I'm Fine, that bluebird kind of color in the corner, really, really nice. Crybaby was also a great color, but then there are other colors that I can see myself just not reaching for. And again, this is not a reflection on the palette. This is really a personal just preference for what I like and what I don't like. So for example, I think I probably wouldn't reach for Glow Stick again. I can see myself just never going for Bellyache. It's just too light for me. Dopamine, I don't know. There's like a time and a place for it. I actually kind of like it in this look. It's not a color that I would typically enjoy, but I like what I did with this look with it. The dark colors I just thought worked really, really well. So again, I think they're a little bit of the redeeming factor for preference for me for this palette because They can blend the pastels out really well. They just kind of add another like layer of dimension to the colors, you know? With the shimmer, I wish there were more, of course, always. The shimmers aren't as pigmented as I had hoped they would be, but they are very pretty. And they're not toppers by any means. They have a base color in them, so they're not like a sheer through shiny color. Maybe the exception would be Cupcake. It's very, very light, but even with Cupcake, there is some yellow in there. Crying Sparkles is gorgeous. This is a gorgeous color. I don't think I pressed hard enough on my lid with this. I think you can see it better in the swatches, but it's like a metallic icy blue, like silver icy blue. It's so pretty. It's really pretty. So I think with this, if I'd used my finger, it would have been a little bit more brighter and apparent, and I would have loved it more on my eye. But I think this lighter version went well with the look, with what I was trying to achieve with this. So overall, it definitely a mixed bag. And again, it's really just based on what I like, what my preference is. So if you like pastels, then I would highly recommend this palette because the pastels in it are like one of the best pastel formulas I've ever tried. It makes me want to like pastels. And some of them I do like, and some of them I can see myself using in the future. And some of them just aren't for me, not my type. The darker colors are beautiful though. They're not patchy, they blend out really well. I was enjoying playing with those darker colors. So definitely a mixed bag. I liked it more than I thought I would. Like I went into it being a little bit hesitant. Well, actually, I went into it not going into it. I was like, I just don't think I need it. And then I just love Blend Bunny so much. I wanted to give it a chance. I wanted to see if it is something that I could use. And I can definitely use this palette. So it's very, very pretty. I can see myself using it in tandem with a lot of their other palettes. A lot of their other palettes have darker color stories. So I can see myself pulling this out and just using a couple Blend Bunny palettes at a time. So excellent eyeshadow formula quality, I would say. And yeah, I do like this palette, even though it's not something that I would typically go for. The lip oil, I guess we should just talk about the lip oil. Also, if you're interested, I will have the palette linked below. It's $44. The lip oil is $12. Yes, $12. So just in case you're curious about pricing, the lip oil is just fun. Like, it's just fun. It's not like really black on your lips. It's a tint of color. That's what a lip oil is. So I really like it. It's ridiculous. I love it. Overall, I think this is another win for Blend Bunny. They did a great job with the formula. It's a beautiful palette. One thing I will mention before I forget is that there was a lot of talk about the layout. People hated this layout. When using this palette, I actually liked it. I actually liked how all the different colors were kind of dispersed all over the place. Now, in most Blend Bunny palettes, there's kind of a color gradient with the layout, so it's not so random all over the place. Like you'd see the greens with the greens, the purples with the purples. So this is definitely different from what they've done in the past, but I liked it. I liked it when I was like deciding what colors to pick, and I don't know, it worked for my flow. So I like the layout. It might not be for everyone. I know people love that color gradient that they do. I do too, but I like this. I think it was fine. Like, I don't know why people were so angry about the layout. It's kind of funny. I would love to know your opinions on this collection. Please let me know. Did you pick it up? Are you gonna pick it up? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I don't know. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm gonna go. I hope you're enjoying your weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.